guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. How are y'all all doing today? Okay, listen, I was on the phone with Mama Beauty and we were running our mouth and then we realized like, oh shit, look at the time. Okay, so my bad, but we were talking about something important. All right, listen, I was talking to my mama. Don't judge me. Anywho, hope y'all are having a fantastic Monday. Okay, start of a great week. It's May. Okay, it's May. Um, it was nice all weekend. 60 degrees today, but hey, global warming. Before we begin, please don't forget to like this video. Before we begin, please don't forget to like this video. Like it now because you're going to forget to like it later. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow. Please subscribe. Follow me, where I post the pretty pictures all over. Don't forget to go to my website, jovibeauty.com, to get you one of our dope ass scarves. We got caps, bonnets, sweaters. We got a lot of really cute merch. So go ahead and go over there. Last but certainly not least, do not forget to do what? Donate to the channel. It is thoroughly appreciated. Okay, I got a couple stories that I want to get into today. Some things that I saw that had me like, okay. Listen, I am planning on making or starting to make like I do my political corner videos, where I talk about political content. I try to make those, into smaller videos or whatever. But I also want to do more specifically Black and Black/African content, right? So I'm gonna probably make an episode of that this week, right? Hold on. So I'm gonna probably make one of those pieces of content today, right? I've been watching a lot of things that have been happening in Burkina Faso. See, I got the pronunciation down. Okay, we had a whole day of solidarity on Friday. I swear to God, the only Black people out there marching were for this man all over the world. But I'll get into that in another video. But standing on that and standing on business, okay, and like just saying, nah, get somebody else to do it. I bring to you our first story, okay? Our first story is about, I have an article, but I'm gonna pull up the Instagram to I didn't mean to do that. Present, show screen. I'm going to pull up the Instagram so y'all can see the story we're going to be talking about first, okay? Get someone else to do a hoe, okay? So heartbroken and fury, okay? This is from On Site. Father allegedly unalives deputy day after son is fatally by Cincinnati police, okay? I have an article, so I don't think we have to read that. I'm going to read the article. So I'm reading BBC because they keep trying to pull me behind a paywall and I'm not paying for your fucking news. Okay. All right. So BBC offered the news for free and I'm here. Okay. Thank y'all. Anyway, it says father charged with unaliving deputy a day after police unalived his son. Now, this is crazy. Matter of fact, I'm going to take this picture down and I'm going to show the car. I'm going to show the car. Okay? Because just the car, I didn't see the car before. Hold on. I did not see the car, but let me show y'all the car that I'm looking at right now. Okay? So his son, a real quick synopsis before we get into it. His son was by the police, and the next day, look at that car. He went after one of them. Okay? Okay? Look at that car. Okay? Took him whole out of here. Let me get into the article, though. Police alleged that a father hit and unalived a sheriff's deputy with a car a day after his 18-year-old son was down by officers. Rodney Hitton Jr., 38, from Ohio, is charged with aggravated unaliving and being held without bond. The alleged attack came hours after he watched police footage of a fatal encounter with his son, lawyer for Hinton family says. Cincinnati police chief said there is a connection between the two cases, although there has been no suggestion that the father knew the deputy who passed. At first, I thought he went and because at first I was like, wait a minute. The way they first made it sound was like he ran over the cop who did it to his son. That's how it first made. I was like, oh yeah, but he just said, any one of y'all can get it. Okay, so between two cases, although there have been no suggestion the father knew the deputy. Okay, Ryan Hitton was unalived after brandishing a pow at police during a stolen vehicle investigation, officials say. A gun was found at the scene. There's no indication he fired it. Again, I don't even believe that it could have been his gun. Let's keep it a buck. These people be lying. Let's not pretend like it's a whole woman right now. Okay. And you know what I want y'all to do? And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to make sure and say this. Stop talking about that bitch. Stop talking about her. The lady who called the little boy the N-word in the park, and now white people have donated like 700. The bitch got damn near $1 million because she called a child the N-word. Okay. We standing on business. Ibrahim Traore told us to stand on business, and we standing on business. Okay, we all standing on business. The universe told us we standing on business. Okay, so this man, I don't believe the cops. Do you believe the cops? I don't believe them. Okay, I don't believe you. You need more people. Okay, I don't believe them. Okay, we just found out that the guy who is in charge of ICE, I found out this weekend, I don't know if y'all found out, is an active KKK member. Hello. Is an active KKK member. Hello. So I don't believe the cops. So basically, his son tried to steal a car and he lost his life. So he took someone else's. Point blank, period. Arrest the boy. They chose to him up. And if you know anything about Ohio or the history of Ohio, the Tuskegee experiments that were happening in Ohio, let's keep it a buck. Okay. They just like a month ago tried the Proud, whatever the fuck. In Ohio, like the black neighborhood, tried to run up in there, and do a whole bunch of crazy shit, and the cops ain't do nothing. Let's stop playing these games. I don't know if this area, I don't know Ohio, so I don't know if this area that the boy and the boy, the son, and whatever are from is the same area that this Lincoln Terrace? I don't know. Lincoln Park. I feel like it was called Lincoln Park. Anyway, but I might be wrong. I don't know if it's the same area, the same place, but Ohio is Ohio. And if you know anything about your black history, you already know don't trust the fucking authorities, especially in fucking Ohio. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just stop looking. Stop engaging. Like, I can't believe. Stop. Why can't you believe it? Stop. Don't do it. Stop. Of course you can believe. What the fuck you mean you can't believe? So you know what we got to do? Just like we donated to Carmelo Anthony in Texas. This daddy. We where's the GoFundMe? I don't go fuck if it's $5. Where's the GoFundMe? Okay, that's what we need to do. Okay, but let me continue reading the story. Anywho, Cincinnati police chief said there's a connection between the two cases, although there has been no suggestion that the father knew the deputy, whatever. Ryan Hitton was unalived after brandish. Okay, we read that. The deputy, who has not been named, was directing traffic outside the University of Cincinnati's graduation when he was fatally struck around 1 o'clock. Okay. In a court hearing on Saturday, prosecutors alleged that Mr. Hinton, in a way that was calculated and premeditated, lined up his car, deliberately accelerated his car, and purposely caused the unaliving of an on-duty deputy sheriff. He is grieving, sir. He was out of his mind, okay? He was grieving. He can't even remember what happened. What do you mean? Deliberately. That sounds like an insanity defense to me, okay? We got all the excuses for everybody who look like me. Us, you. I got all the excuses in the world for. He was grieving. His mind was gone. Anyway, dozens of officers reportedly packed the courtroom during the hearing. Oh, baby, they packed the courtroom to try to intimidate that gentleman, that father, that stand on business. So many of these men out here don't stand on nothing. I said what I said. Don't stand on nothing. And he stood on business. And then you know what he did? I don't want to change the thing, but I saw the picture. Do I have the picture? I might not have it on my phone. I don't want to go through that. But I think I might have screenshotted it to show y'all. But he walked into that courtroom like this. Not head here. Head high, chin in the air. I was like, yeah, stand on business. They thought they were going to be in there intimidating him and he was going to be head down. No. No, I didn't take a screenshot of it. I took a screenshot of the initial thing, but I didn't take a screenshot of him in that courtroom this morning. Him in that court, he was like this. You just seen cops lined up, and he walking in, and he not like this. He was like this. This. Stand on business, okay? Listen. I told y'all, I only got one. She get on my goddamn nerves, but let somebody try me. I sit my ass in jail forever, okay? Anyway, the lawyer Michael Wright said in a statement that Mr. Hinton became understandably distraught watching the police body cam footage and was unable to finish watching the video. Bro, he watched them take his son up out of here. He watched on a video, which means more than likely he raised this son. He wasn't like one of these, he was there. A child I have raised. You know how long it takes to bring a child into this world? And y'all just gonna take my fucking son's life, my child, the person that Jesus. Like, and then just act like it's not a big deal or it was his fault because he took a car and went running. So y'all shot him in the back because that's what they said. He was running. So that equates to him getting shot in the back. So he watched y'all lynch his son. Let's call a spade a spade. Okay? He watched them lynch his son. They recorded it and showed him and act like it wasn't a big deal. And the fact that they thought they could do that is crazy. The fact that they think we so weak that they could show me that they just unalive my fucking child is bananas. And trying to blame my child over some bullshit is insane. Especially in 2025 when we all been getting our downloads. You done fucked up now. But let's continue. After the meeting with the police department, the father left in his own vehicle, and that was the last time we heard from him. After the meeting with the police, the father left in his own vehicle, and that was the last time we heard from him until learning about the tragic incident involving a law enforcement officer who was working a traffic detail near the University of Cincinnati. The lawyer's statement continued. This is an unimaginable tragedy for the community, it added. Ryan Hilton's family is heartbroken by this tragic turn of events, and we are all devastated for the family for the family of the officer who was unalived. I'm not. I'm just as callous as they are raised to be about us, because they are raised to be like that. All of them. Some of them fight it, sure, but they are raised to be like this. So I am just as callous. Fuck it. Anyway, I don't care about the officer's life. I don't care. The short, blurry video shows an officer yelling, "Gun!" before shots rang out during a chase. Investigators say the plow pow was justified because he was a teen. Jesus. Because the teen pointed a gun in the officer's direction. It is unclear from the blurry footage if the teen was carrying a pow pow or where it may have been pointed when he was. So the video doesn't show the child's, Jesus Christ, the teenager with a gun. We just supposed to believe a Caucasian person's account, a Caucasian cops of all things account of what happened when near video shows the boy having a gun. And the boy being pow-powed in the back. Because that's what they keep saying. He was running, so that he was in the back. He wasn't running to them. He was running from them in the back. Oh my God. We do not expect the officers to wait until they're fired upon. The Cincinnati police chief. I feel you. Don't wait until you fired upon. Pop first. Great. That's what you're saying, right? Yeah, pop first. No decency, no nothing. Just pop first. Regardless if you see a gun, a phone, a toy gun like Trayvon, not Trayvon Martin. Trayvon was the other boy. There's so many boys, I can't even keep the names together. Fucking pack of Skittles could look like a gun, bruh. That's what they saying. Okay. Ohio governor condemned the unaliving of the deputy, saying in a statement, "I have been briefed on an ongoing investigation, and I am sickened by what appears to be an intentional act of violence." We don't give a fuck. We offer our sincere condolences to the deputy's family, friends, and colleagues. Mr. Wright also issued condolences to the deputy on behalf of the Hinton family. Why the fuck would you do that? Okay, this is a horrific tragedy on both sides. This family lost their son, and this police officer lost his life, he told the Cincinnati Enquirer. Okay? Okay? I'm going to say this because my mama in here, so I'm going to say this. If it's shit, knock on wood, to your granddaughter, and I turn up, don't you fucking apologize to them cops. Don't you apologize for me. Stand on business. I will do the time. No, why they apologize? Nope. I don't want to have to do, nobody want to have to do no shit. We don't want to have to be, but again, remember, if other people can defend their children and their lives, so can we. Okay? I'm not here to die for you. That's what the Africans been screaming, and the Caribbeans, because you know they've been marching all weekend. All over Jamaica, all over the Caribbeans, all over Africa, all over Europe. They was even up here in New York turning up. That man said, Ibrahim don't want us to die for him. Caucasians don't offer up their life. He said, don't die for me. For me. Don't die for bullshit. That's how they live. That's how they live. I don't know. A thought. Anywho, Let me look at some of these comments, and then we are going to move on to the second story, which is real sad. It's about this lady. She said, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are y'all doing? Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Why would I throw away a watch? Weirdo. Anyway, let's look at some of these comments. Exactly, and stop showing us how much you raise. Don't be on the way, don't worry. Just wanted to say hi. Thank you, Sierra. If Nene League said, I said what I said. Hey everybody, tomorrow, yes, that was in Ohio too, right? Little boy was running around with a little fake plastic gun that didn't even look like a gun. Shit, I remember when I was little, me and my brother used to really try to have like water guns and like Nerf guns. You remember Nerf was popping back in the day? We would save up. I remember we had our we had big rifle water guns. We had them shit stashed underneath the couch because our mama didn't want us to be playing with guns. We didn't understand, and we're like, but they're fucking yellow and pink and shit, but like, these people don't give a fuck about us. They could be pink and act like, we thought she had a fucking 8-year-old with a pink Nerf gun and get laid out in the middle of the fucking streets in Brooklyn. It's insane. She said this is a lot to unpack. No, that was not what I meant to click on. She said this is a lot to unpack emotionally. She said, write the movie The Hate You Give was a prime example. A hairbrush man. And we pay taxes for protection, but we aren't getting that too. Thank you, Sierra. Boys need that talk a lot to be pretend like they because they ain't alive for less. She said boys need that talk about not to pretend like that because they are unalive for less. Yep. She said I used to live near you guys. I remember that Michael Jackson song. All right, y'all. So we're gonna move on. We could come back, but we're gonna move on to this other story, which is a lady in the UK, and this shit was real sad. Okay, damn it. Hold on. Oops, I didn't mean to do that either. Share screen. Okay, I'm gonna take him down. Where's the lady? Oh, child. Y'all read that? Girl. She said, it says, deadbeat husband dumps wife of 10 years for teen fish fry worker. Readers urge wife, get a good lawyer ASAP. I literally went on it's like a website for the UK. I think it's kind of like Reddit, but I literally just went on today. I didn't know how to use the website to even find the story. It was a lot of stuff up there. But I was trying to look for the actual story on the app, but it's a big ass app. It's like Reddit. Okay. So I was trying to figure it out. And then my mom called and then, I got distracted. Anywho, we're going to read this. It says a British mother is distraught after her husband of 10 years abruptly left her for a teenager who works at the fish and chip shop. Child, in New York City, he in America, that's equivalent. He left her for a McDonald's worker, y'all. Cause they eat fish and chips like we eat burgers and fries. He left her for a bitch at Shake Shack, y'all. Okay, according to People, the woman who has 2 children, aged 7 and 3, shared her heartbreak on the UK forum Mumsnet. Okay, it's like a mom Reddit, like I told y'all. She shared that her 36-year-old husband walked out to be with a 19-year-old girl. I'm beyond broken, she said. I've been catatonic in bed since dropping the kids off at school and nursery. Adding to the emotional chaos, the mom revealed she has a huge job interview for a promotion she worked tirelessly to earn, now hanging in a balance due to her emotional state. Her story struck a nerve online, drawing over 350 comments in just one day. This, it's like I said, it's like a Reddit, but it's real small. And from what I can tell, and that's a lot. Okay. That's a lot. That's like a Reddit story getting like 5,000-6,000 comments in a day, Many users offered heartfelt support and practical advice. A user urged her to harness her pain. Oh, baby. Find your fight. Use this to rock that interview. Others warned her not to trust her estranged husband and encouraged her to take action. Someone said, get a good lawyer ASAP. One commenter advised, be the one who decides what happens next. Yeah, I read that. I clicked on that thing this morning. Was it this? Yeah. And I was just, listen, I get it. I comprehend it. Shit. It happens in real life to people that we love every fucking day. And I understand that everybody, I was just talking to my mom about this. Everybody can't, especially at the same time, like how I would react or like my mom would react. Like my mom even tops me with the reaction of, fuck you, pay me. Kind of fuck this shit kind of vibes. Everybody doesn't necessarily have that necessarily in them, but I would, and I understand feeling broken, like, oh my God, I gave my life, my womb, my everything to this, and then he gonna just walk out and leave me stuck with children and all of this shit. And that's a mind fuck, and it's going to take her a while to get over. But I agree with what everybody else is saying. You are allowed to sit up and go in your shower and cry and be fucked up and and just don't want to do nothing. You are allowed to have those moments. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're not. But this lady need to get her ass up and make sure she gets that promotion, because she's going to have to take care of these children herself. Because this man leaving her for the equivalent of a McDonald's employee equates to me that she's going to have to ride this shit out and take care of her children by herself. Okay? He already has a new child to take care of. So she's going to have to ride this shit out and take care of her children herself. Okay? I fall apart. Like this is one of the best pieces of advice my mama ever gave me. And I tell my daughter this, and I tell everybody this. In a fucking tragedy, like in a, freak out later. If you freak out during the tragedy, you are more than likely to die. My mama told me this when I was a little fucking girl. Okay? I give you this story. 9/11, I didn't freak out. I was like this until I got home. After I got home, I lost my shit. After we got home. And the reality of, and I was safe away from whatever, pulling people, get your mind together, move, we got to go. If you freak out, you will die. If she stays fucked up, she and her kids will lose. He'll put in for the divorce first, or he'll try to come back with the bullshit. She'll lose her promotion, which she's going to need to take care of her 2 children and to be able to survive after this nigga go ahead and do what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Freak out after. Fall apart after. But in the moment, I'm not even going to say you need to man up, because we already know. In the moment, woman up. Woman up. Pull it through. Because you ain't got no choice to. You could choose to fall apart for you, but she got 2 kids she got to take care of. She got a promotion she needs to think about because she got 2 kids she's going to need to take care of. I understand it's hard. I understand you're broken. Completely. Oh, baby, I get it. But you need to get past, you need to get through the preparing for that promotion. You need to get through finding you the best lawyer possible. You can't fall apart at nighttime when your kids are asleep and whatever. You could cry yourself to sleep, but you got to make sure you wake up the next day. And after you take your kids to school, do something that's going to put you and your children in a safe, secure spot. Because guess what? He's not worried about the security and stability of your kids and your family. So it's on you. And that's just the truth. Okay. Let's read some more of these comments. There's a lot of guys who try and say money. This is a lot of them. Okay, we read those. Hit the like, bro. What she said? Hit the like, bruh. 10 years. I guess this is where the passport guys are wasting women time. That is wild. And then they wonder why. Then they wonder why the birth rate is going to hell. Then they wonder why. Hold on. Then they wonder why the birth rate is going to hell. It should. And y'all wonder why I keep saying, if you want kids so fucking bad, maybe you need to start thinking about artificial insemination or some shit. Because that's still live there. Okay. A teenager. She said a teenager, my guy. Really? Yeah. I would be curious to know how old she is. Because again, I always say, if he's 36 and she's 26, you already know he's a pedo. You might not want to acknowledge it, and you might have thought, oh, I was just, we just fell in love. He is attracted to children. I'm curious to know how old she is, but like I said, I didn't get to find the actual story. Yeah. And this is why you're not the only one. You know how much conversations you got? I gotta be like, now, would you be ever willing to get married again? No. I hardly want a nigga in my face, let alone my space. Like, no. Like, maybe if I did, he might have his own apartment. I still got mine. No. Like, the reality of who they are in general at this point is fucking undeniable. Anyway, let me go on. I'm gonna put the link in the description in case anybody want to come up. Where are we? We had 35 minutes. Oh, we had good time. Good time. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put the link in the description, and then I'm gonna go back and see if there's any other stories that I want to get into that posted. Oh, I do have one, and I just saw it, and I forgot all about it. Where is it? Did they just delete? No, they didn't. I was about to say they deleted it. Wait. Oh my God. I saw this story, but we back. Yeah, come on, let's go. We not. We ain't done. We ain't done. Don't click the link yet. We're not done. I saw the story, but at first I was like, "What's going? Y'all seen this story?" First of all, you know what? I'm not even gonna click on this one. I'm gonna go down and show you the initial one that I saw this morning. I was like, "What's going on?" A British student was found fatally in Texas days before her graduation. Okay, I'm gonna read it, and then we're gonna go up to the update. A British nursing student studying in the U.S. have been found to death in her Houston apartment just days before her graduation. Elizabeth, her name is Elizabeth, was discovered on April 26th by officers who went to her residence for a welfare check, as reported by Houston police per BBC. Authorities indicated that she suffered multiple wounds in a separate room. A man was found with a stab wound and was transported to the hospital in critical condition. Elizabeth, we're gonna say Elizabeth, ran a TikTok account named Tammy Dollars, which had 30,000 followers, where she documented her experience as a British person living in the US. In her most recent post, stated on the 21st, she expressed excitement about her upcoming graduation in 2 weeks and mentioned that she had already booked a vacation. As stated by the Houston Police Department, officers responded to a call at the students' housing complex at 4 afternoon last Saturday. When they knocked on the door, there was no response. Noticing blood in the rear on a rare concrete patio, they proceeded to enter the apartment. The female victim was discovered on the kitchen floor with multiple wounds, and a man was discovered in a bedroom with at least one wound. He self-inflicted, or she tried to get one on him, or while he stabbed himself, because that happens too. A male was discovered in the bedroom with at least one stab wound, detective wrote. An online fund. Okay. Let's go to the new account, the update, because this was not what I was about to click on. Okay, I need to listen. Hold on. I need to listen. We need to listen. Hold up.
Since this deadly stabbing, and while Houston police are still investigating, homicide detectives tell me that this all stemmed from an argument between the suspect and the victim about their cats. I'm also told the British nursing student would have graduated this weekend. It's a quiet Saturday at this apartment on Goforth Street on Houston's South Side, but just a week earlier, on the afternoon of April 26th, Houston police say it was a bloody murder scene. HPD finding a 23-year-old woman in one of the units lying on the kitchen floor with multiple stab wounds. Detectives telling me a Dunsea's roommate, 40-year-old Chester Grant, stabbed
roommate. She was living with a 40-year-old dusty man. This 23-year-old, they saying roommate, but we know they weren't roommates. Let's stop playing. This 23, can we call a spade? I'm gonna let it play, and I'm gonna read the rest of the shit. We know what happened. You know what happened? I know what happened. She was about to graduate. They just said, oh, she was planning a vacation. Some dusty 40-year-old man tried to trap a 23-year-old girl, and she was about to graduate. Let's not pretend like we don't know what happened. But this is Texas, so you know they're going to say what they're going to say.
Her to death after the two got into an argument a few days earlier about the cats that they both kept in the unit. The conflict reportedly snowballed and led to the violent encounter. I'm told the two were relatively new roommates for about 2 months.
County Jail tonight with the latest from investigators. Orko?
It's been 1 week since
They lived together for 2 months. They had cats. He thought he trapped a 40. Who told him this? Who told him what the issue was about? Him, right? Him, right? He told the cops what the issue was about. It was about cats. It wasn't about no fucking cats. It was about this 23-year-old girl. Because, yeah. And before he was able to fully sabotage her, she was about to graduate and she would have been about her life and about her business. She was about to take a vacation. She could have been taking a vacation to Britain, back to Britain, right? To see her family. She wasn't coming back. She probably wasn't going to be coming back at all, or come back and go to a whole new state. Let's stop pretending. And this old 23-year-old man who thought he was going to be trapped, who thought he was going to trap a little 23-year-old girl, was mad. She was about to graduate and she was about to be out. He probably was trying to get her to drop out and shit. He was probably trying to fuck her finals up and shit. Got so pissed off that he ended up taking that girl's life and then tried to pretend like he tried to take his own. Miss me with that shit. Miss me. Let's continue. Yeah, let me finish reading this. It's Houston police revealed that 23-year-old nursing student from UK studied in US was unalive in an altercation with her 40-year-old roommate. I don't believe he was her roommate. Okay. Has been living with Tamara Lee for a few months. Was described by her family as a complete stranger to her. Following the attack, he allegedly attempted to take his own life. Take his own life, but he couldn't figure out how to do that, huh? Yeah. And the first comment in here is, I'm very confused of why this girl has a 40-year-old roommate, huh? Because he wasn't a roommate. He was some old dude who tried to convince her that, she needed some stability and he was going to be that. Okay? Miss me with the shit. So their cats, if you have a roommate, it's not their cats. If you have a roommate, it's not y'all cats. Let's just be for real. If you have a roommate, it's not y'all cats, it's his cat. Y'all cats. Why? How that happen? If she only been there 2 months, if it's y'all's. Why would it be y'all if y'all not together? Come on now. Okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. So if y'all want to click on a link, you could click on a link now. She said, and the roommate was 40. She said, it's funny you say that because I said me going 50-50 is me having a spot and you having yours. I can't stay here. You go over there, you stay where you at. She said the roommate, yes. And that's what triggered him. That's Carlos. We know. And that's what triggered him. Not no goddamn cat. Y'all know. I love y'all because y'all know. Let's stop pretending. We know. Hey, DC. Please, yes, let's get these likes up. Thoroughly appreciate it. Y'all, let me drop a real quick commercial break. And then when we come back, I guess I'm going to go into any other stories. And again, if y'all want to click the link is in the description. Y'all can pop up. All right. Hey guys,
if he's not
don't
willing,
forget to go to my website, jovibeauty.com, where our items are not only sourced and procured with you in mind, but also with what's going to be dope this upcoming season. All right. So go to my website, jovibeauty.com, get you a new scarf, get you a new mug, get you something cute, and support the channel. It is greatly appreciated. Okay, y'all. This is the initial story that I was clicking on for us to, just look at real quick. Okay. Y'all seen this? Y'all seen our good brother? Y'all seen our good brother and Cam Newton ass just there? Because he just cannot. I want to read the comment, the first comment. Let me like it. I want to read the first comment before I let this video play. Okay. No, let me read the title, then I'll read the first comment, and then we'll let the video play. It says, if he's not willing to get down on his knees for you, don't open 2 knees for him. Author and activist Nuri Muhammad encouraged women to know their worth. The first comment said, Cam Newton's lack of intellectual capacity to engage lacks the intellectual capacity to engage in a conversation with brother Nuri Muhammad. He can't even conceptualize the scope of this conversation because it's not even contained in his reality, right? Like, she hit nails on heads. Let's listen.
to get down on one knee for you, don't you open up 2 knees for him. So you should show commitment before you get access to this mother of civilization and this queen. And that if women would say no, I guarantee you there'd be a whole lot more holy matrimony and covenant connections and sacred unions going on. Sisters, I promise you, if you really knew your value, you would stop giving men discounts. If you really knew your value, you come off that clearance rack and get back behind the glass where the real valuable stuff is at. You know, when you go to a store, the clearance rack got stuff. You got a large hanger with a medium shirt, and pants don't fit this outfit, and stepped on stuff a few times. But whenever you behind the glass, we was getting my wife's ring serviced, and there was a sign on there that said, we are only allowed to show you 1 of these in this glass at a time. And I asked him, I said, why is that? He said, because of how valuable they are, we don't want to take the risk of being distracted and somebody being able to have 2 or 3 and they take 1 and we don't realize that it happened. That's the same way that our women have to be. Just like the valuable ring or bracelet could only be looked at 1 item at a time, you should have in your mind as a woman that, look, if I'm the only one you looking at and considering right now. And if I'm not, then I'm gonna have to move on.
Listen, someone said at this point, Cam is doing this on purpose. So all your guests are talking to you. It said, this is a good message, but wrong show. The host ain't listening. You know, when I was listening to this just now, you know what my mind went? I went to what is about to happen in Cam Newton's life that's going to be the equivalent of Shannon Sharp. Because they're right. The guests keep calling your spade for your bullshit. And he ain't listening. Just like Shannon Sharp ain't listening. And when however, and it keeps coming at you, and you like this, if you miss that message, don't complain when, like Shannon Sharp, you now stuck with a $50 million lawsuit. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's giving, regardless of whatever, regardless who it came from, the mammies, whatever, it was giving, people kept telling you, and you were like this. So when the shit hit, don't forget that you were like this. So I'm just curious of what the fuck is going to pop off in the next couple of months that's going to be like, well, Cam, that people that we're gonna be making a video about and showing all of these interviews that he's been having, that people are either directly or indirectly calling his spade and his bullshit, and how that is going to translate to his whole fucking career being crashed out too. Like, when, you got to understand, and I say this, and and I say this to a lot of people, you might not want to hear some shit, but you got to fucking hear some shit. Even if in the moment you don't want to hear it right now because somebody told, I'm mad, who they think they are telling me, and I'm doing this. If some shit keep coming at you, instead of just brushing it to the fucking side, you need to really think about that, because there's a reason why those people or that message is constantly being at you. It's a reason why more than 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot of people throwing this message at you. So obviously, whether it's, again, directly towards you or indirectly when they talking about other shit. So I don't know. I guess we're going to see in the next couple of months. She said, yeah, she was graduating. I hope the family pushes for more investigation on the reason behind it. Yeah, she probably didn't tell her family she was dating him. I don't think my child, if she was 23, hopefully she doesn't ever do no shit like this, but she want to go to school overseas. I don't think that she would, if I found out, oh, she had roommates, I don't think she'll tell me, oh, mom, it's a dude. Even if the dude is her age or she living with a boy, I don't think, they not quick to say no shit like that, let alone you living with some old ass nigga. I don't think you would probably lie to your parents and be like, because you don't want your parents to think, like, what the fuck is up? They sent you over here to go to school, not to get caught up with some old ass man who's trying to trap you. So her parents probably didn't know, the specifics of the situation. Find her homegirl. Her homegirl know. Find her parents don't know. She's 23 and in a whole other country. Her parents don't know. Find her homegirls. Her homegirls will put you on to what exactly happened. Somebody said I look pretty. Thank you. All right, y'all. Okay, so I think I'm done, and I think I'm gonna get up out of here. We are 53 minutes, so we are under an hour. Y'all know how I like to be under an hour. All right, so I will be back tomorrow. I appreciate y'all all for coming. And as always, I hope you live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it.